First Date Follow-Up. Powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Online at advocateslaw.com.
Allegra is on the phone today for a first date follow-up, and she's getting ghosted by a guy named Gary. So in a few minutes, we're going to call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her another date. But first, Allegra, how long has it been since you heard from Gary?
It has been 5 days.
Who's keeping track or, anything? 5 days on the dot. What was your last interaction with him like?
It was great. Like, he asked me to maybe go on a second date, and I was looking for that. Just even a text from him. And yeah, now it's the 5th day. I haven't been sleeping. I know that's embarrassing, but I just really liked him a lot.
Yeah, I get that.
Have you tried to reach out to him?
Yeah, I sent 3 texts, and I think that's about it. Like, I'm not going to push it anymore.
What are you saying in the text? Are you just like, hey?
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, I had a great time. And then the other one was like, hope you're doing well. The third one was like, hey, do you want to go to Six Flags together or something?
Okay. Well, let's try to figure it out. Why don't you tell us about your date?
Yeah, so we had a picnic at the park, and we went to a market, got some sandwiches, and I brought Monopoly. That was fun. We went to go see a movie after, so I thought like things were going really well. There was chemistry, in my opinion. We just talked about like where we went to school, like what our hobbies are, and I feel like I really liked how quirky he was, and that like he was interested in like reptiles, and I really tried to engage with him and telling how my dad also has like esoteric interests. And I was really nervous, honestly. So I'm afraid if I like messed up or anything, but I was just really anxious. Maybe I like said something out of the blue or made him feel bad about liking reptiles. I'm not sure.
Do you remember anything awkward that you might have said?
Yeah, well, I think he told me before, like on his previous relationship, he cheated on his last girlfriend. And so I kind of maybe said like, yeah, like that wasn't a good thing to do. Like maybe I wasn't supportive to him,
It's a pretty bold thing to come out on a first date and tell the person that they cheated on their last person. Yeah. Nice to meet you. I have a track record of cheating in my relationship.
Yeah.
Also, you probably don't want to be supportive of that. Like, no. I think it's okay to say that was a bad decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what's happened since. And, yeah, we've been texting for 2 weeks from a dating app. So we've already gone through the first stages of like icebreakers. So that's why we dived pretty deep that day.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting you and maybe get you another date, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll play a song, come back, get your first date follow-up next. Right in the middle of today's first date follow-up, and if you're just joining us, Allegra is on the phone, and Allegra is getting ghosted by a guy named Gary, and we're about to call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and see if we can get her another date. But first, Allegra, why don't you catch everybody up on your situation?
Yeah, it's been 5 days since he texted me, and I thought our first date went amazing. Maybe I hurt his feelings on something that was personal. And yeah, I'm just curious to see like what he's up to. It's been a while.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Gary, please?
Yeah, this is Gary.
Gary, how are you? My name is Jubal. I'm calling from a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Gary. I'm Nina, also on the show.
Hi, and I'm Victoria.
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
Do you ever listen to the radio show at all?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, great. Have you ever heard a first date follow-up before?
Yes, I have.
Perfect. Ooh. Well, then you know that's the segment that we do where if you go on a date with someone and then end up ghosting them, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask why you're ghosting them.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So we got an email about you, Gary.
Oh, did you?
Yes, we did. Any idea who would email us and say that you're ghosting them?
I can think of one person, yeah.
Okay.
Does it start with an A?
Does it end with Allegra?
Yes, it is Allegra. She emailed us. We talked to her. She told us about your date. She said she really liked you, but she's confused and wants to know why you're ghosting her. Would you mind telling us?
Sure. But, well, did she tell you about the date?
She did. She said it was good. She said you guys went to a park and then...
You like reptiles?
Yeah, she said you guys talked about a bunch of stuff, including the fact that you like reptiles, and she said it was a really good date.
Yeah, we went to I guess you could call it a park, but it was actually a graveyard.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, she laid out a picnic blanket over just, like a random person's grave, and then she wanted us to eat on it.
Okay, so you guys met at the graveyard. She took you to the graveyard. You took her to the graveyard. How did you get to a graveyard?
Well, she said she wanted to have a picnic, and so I met her, and she took me to what she said was going to be a great spot for a picnic. Mm. And then she, like I said, she just brought me to a graveyard. I kind of thought we were walking through the graveyard to go to the next, that there was a park on the other side.
Uh-huh.
But no, it was like full picnic basket on top of someone who is decomposing.
Wow. You didn't say anything about that? Like, hey, can we go to where there's a picnic table?
Yeah, that part.
And not dead people?
I was shocked, frankly, and I was hungry, so I was too hungry to leave. She was just talking the whole time, so I maybe got 2 words in. I was just sort of in shock. It just felt like, when you're running out the clock and it just couldn't move any slower.
Mm. Did she address the fact that you guys were at a graveyard while she was talking to you and you were eating?
Oh, yeah. She loved it. She thought it was fantastic. Isn't it so cool that this is here and that we can enjoy this sort of stuff?
My mom's like that.
Your mom would go to a picnic at a graveyard?
She totally would. My mom loves going to different graveyards and just celebrating people's lives and learning about them.
I don't think that's what they were doing.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's got a fascination with it too.
I thought maybe it was someone that she loved, but then she started talking about how she, likes to go to different grave sites and do the same thing.
Like have picnics at the graveyard?
Yeah, and sometimes she goes by herself, she said. Sometimes it's just, she likes to bring a blanket and sunbathe.
My mom always says that the whole idea is that if you don't acknowledge them, then they are forgotten. I mean, for me, I would be very creeped out in a graveyard. I'm just wondering if her mentality is similar to my mother's, where it's just she wants to honor people that she doesn't know.
It was, if we weren't at a graveyard, it was just a picnic in a park, but it was on a grave. I thought it was super weird. And if I'm being honest, it was probably the worst situation that I've ever been in. Okay.
Well, Allegra felt differently. She thought it was great.
Oh, I know. Yeah. She made that very clear.
Okay.
It felt like maybe she was, at one point I was like, is this it? Is she wanting to leave me in the grave? And is there an open grave?
I can see that. Okay. Yeah. Come over here, back behind this building.
I mean, that's kind of smart.
Well, Gary, Allegra is on the phone listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot that that's what you do. She's right there on the phone. Hi, Allegra.
Gary, you're a liar. You said you loved it. So I
was uncomfortable when you kept saying, do you love it? Isn't this great? Don't you love it? And I said, yeah, like that. You think that's how somebody says yeah when they're excited about something?
Well, you could be a little more honest because I didn't get the cue. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I know you're going to...
Cheater? What?
Yeah, you should feel guilty, still to this day. So, yeah, you told me...
What are you talking about?
You told me that.
I cheated.
For your last relationship.
Absolutely not. I don't even... What are you talking... I never said that.
Classic cheater mode. Oh. Honestly, I don't even know who you are, Gary. I wish I never met you. So...
Well, don't say that too quickly. Gary, would you like another date with Allegra? We'll pay for it.
No, thank you.
Yeah, you, Gary.
Jubal's first date follow-up.